This is the Conversationalist. Let's converse. Alright, guys, welcome back. This is another episode of Exploring Expressions. And in this one, it's just a beach view. Nothing spectacular happening, but there's a slight breeze and it's in the summer, so it's a beautiful day. Enjoy the view and listen to some expressions. Enjoy. The expressions that I would like to discuss with you today are expressions about traveling. Yeah, that makes me excited. I don't know about you, but anything related to traveling makes me excited. So, all the expressions will be about traveling, and this will be the first episode about traveling expressions. As I'm sure you can imagine, there are quite a few. So let's get started. Whenever I am really excited to get going, after we've planned for a road trip for quite a while, and finally the day has arrived that we can go. Now, I don't know about you, but sometimes I'm a little bit impatient with the people traveling with me. Sometimes I want to try to just rush them a bit. So I would say, let's hit the road. Let's go. That's a good expression to know. Let's hit the road. It means when you're excited to go somewhere. Let's hit the road. It can also have a negative meaning where if the girlfriend or the wife is very angry at their partner, he's done something terribly wrong, and they are chasing him away, then she can say, hit the road. Get out of here. Hit the road. Don't come back here. Right, hit the road. Now, this next expression is one of my favorite expressions. When you travel to a new place, you always try to just do some research about what there is to do and to see in the area, right? You try to search Google or some blogs or TripAdvisor, and you try to find the places that the tourists like to visit. Now, those are places on the beaten track. Those are the places that everybody go to. For example, if you go to France, if you go to Paris, you will go to the Eiffel Tower, of course, but that's the beaten track. If you go to China, you go to the Great Wall of China, right? That's the beaten track. Now, if you go to the places where not many tourists go, then you go off the beaten track. So there's an expression, off the beaten track, to go to places where not many other people go. If you go off the beaten track, you won't see many tourists. If you go off the beaten track, you will experience true culture. You will experience getting lost in the language and finding new foods. Yeah, so when you get off the track, you get away from the tourists. What about you? Do you enjoy getting off the track, or do you prefer to play it safe and stay on the track? When you travel somewhere and you get to the airport of the country where you're on your way to, you finally get to the airport and you feel quite relieved because you've spent so much time from your home to the taxi or the bus or the subway, to the airport, through customs. I mean, it's quite a long journey, right? So when you get to the airport in the country where you're intending to visit, you feel quite relieved. But, of course, you are not out of the woods yet. You still have to go through the customs in that airport, and then you still have to find a taxi or get on a bus to go to your hotel. So you're almost there, but you're not out of the woods yet. So this expression, not out of the woods yet, means when you're almost there, but you still have a little bit to go. It can be used when someone has a disease. Maybe they are fighting cancer. They get a surgery, it went well, but they still have to monitor the situation. So it was a success, but the patient is not out of the woods yet. Even in a football match, the team has a very convincing lead, but the game is not over, right? So they're looking good, but they're not out of the woods yet. Anything can still happen. Alright, so not out of the woods yet. And that brings us to the end of another episode. Thank you for joining me. I hope you learned something, and I hope that you feel more relaxed after enjoying nature for a few minutes. See you in the next episode.